English learning podcast.
Here you learn to speak and shine.
Okay, real talk. You study English for years. You can read it, write it, have a full conversation. And then a native speaker opens their mouth and you catch maybe 4 words. And you just nod, smile, pretend everything's fine. Today, we are ending that. There are exactly 7 things native speakers do when they speak fast. And once you know all 7, English will never sound the same to you again. Welcome back to Speak English with Fielza. I'm Fielza, and I have a very special guest today. My friend Daniel, who is a native English speaker and genuinely the reason I started obsessing over how fast English sounds in real life. Daniel, hey!
Hey, happy to be here. This is going to be fun.
And he already did it. Right there, 30 seconds in. This is going to be fun. Not going to, gonna. That's actually secret number 2, and we'll get there. But Daniel, first, can I just be honest for a second?
Please.
This used to make me feel so stupid. Like, genuinely. I'd be in a conversation with a native speaker, catching maybe half of what they said, and I'd just be nodding along. Yes, totally, absolutely. Not understanding a single word. Anyone else do that? Just me?
No, I think that's most people. Even very advanced speakers do it.
The polite nod of shame. That's what I call it. You're smiling on the outside, and inside you're thinking, what language was that? And here's the thing. My English wasn't bad. It was just textbook English. And textbook English and real spoken English, 2 completely different animals.
Honestly, that's the core of it. Nobody teaches you what English actually sounds like. They teach you what it looks like on paper.
Exactly. So today, 7 secrets. 7 specific things happening when native speakers talk fast. And Daniel is going to help me show you all of them. Let's go. Okay, secret number 1. And I want to start here because most people think they know contractions. I'm, you're, he's, she's, we're, there. Fine, those are the basics. But here's what I didn't know for a long time. Native speakers use contractions that most textbooks completely ignore.
Right, like would've, who'd, that'd, should've. Those don't show up in lessons very often.
Okay, should've. That one broke my brain when I first heard it, because it sounds exactly like should've. Like, you should have called me. But it's not of. It's should have collapsed into should've.
And people mishear it so often that some actually write should of thinking that's correct, which it's not.
This is where most learners get completely lost, by the way, because these contractions don't look anything like what they sound like. Your ears catch one thing, your brain tries to spell it, and everything just falls apart.
It's almost like there's a secret dialect living inside the language.
That is exactly what it feels like. Okay, who'd. As in, who'd have thought? What is that actually?
Who would have thought? 3 words collapsed into one. Who'd. Your mouth just refuses to say all 3.
Wait, what? 3 words into one sound?
Haha, welcome to English.
And then there's I'd have, as in, I'd have done it differently. That's I would have. Also 3 words. Also, one tiny blur.
Wait, say that again? I'd have? Like, how do people even write that?
That's literally what I said when I first heard it.
Honestly, most people just say it and move on. The mouth doesn't ask for permission. It just makes an executive decision. We're combining these, moving on.
Haha, unconscious fluency. Okay, so if you've been speaking English very formally, saying the full I would have, they are, what are, that's not wrong, but it sounds stiff. Like someone reading the terms and conditions out loud.
Nobody wants to be that person.
Nobody. All right, secret number 2. And this one is where things get really interesting. Secret number 2. Reductions are different from contractions because they're not written down anywhere. They just happen in speech. And these are the sounds that made me feel like I was hearing a completely different language. Daniel, walk us through the big ones.
Sure, the most famous is gonna, going to. In casual speech, nobody says the full thing. I'm gonna grab coffee. She's gonna be late. We're gonna figure it out.
And even if you know gonna exists, actually using it feels scary, like you're being sloppy.
But you're genuinely not. It's just how people talk. Nobody at a coffee shop says, I am going to have a large latte. That would be alarming.
Alarming is the right word. Okay, I have to tell you a story. When I first moved, I was at this cafe, and my friend texted me, "Do you want to grab a table?" And I stared at my phone. "Do you wanna? Is that a typo? Is that a name?" I almost texted back asking who Diwana was.
Oh no, haha.
I'm completely serious. And it's just, do you want to? 3 totally normal words. But in reduced form, I had no idea. That was the day I realized I needed to seriously study this. And Daniel, Diwana isn't even unusual, right?
That's just Tuesday. Completely standard.
Just Tuesday. Okay, beyond gonna, we've got wanna, want to, gotta, got to, or have to, have to. Dunno, I don't know. 3 words, barely 1 syllable.
Someone asks where the remote is, and you just go, dunno, gone.
I don't know how they do it. See what I did there?
Smoothly done.
And then, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Could have, would have, should have. I could have been a doctor. You shoulda texted me.
The classic regret phrase. Very human.
Very relatable. Oh, wait, that actually reminds me. Can we go back to gonna for 1 second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Something I missed for the longest time. You can start a sentence with gonna and drop the subject entirely. Like, gonna be honest with you. No I'm at the front. That disappears too.
Oh yeah, all the time. Gonna need you to move that. Gonna be a long night. The subject just evaporates.
So it's not just word-level compression. You're losing whole chunks of a sentence. Okay, secret number 3. And this one genuinely surprised me the first time I understood what was happening.
Secret number 3. Linking is when the end of one word connects directly to the beginning of the next, and they fuse. No gap, no pause, just one continuous sound.
And this is what makes individual words unrecognizable when you're listening for them separately.
Classic example. Put it. Careful speech, put it. Natural speech, put it.
Put it on the table. Oh man, I heard that for the first time and genuinely thought put it was a word. I was looking for it in the dictionary.
It's not a word. It's just put it in motion.
Okay, pick it up?
Pick it up. Almost one word. Can you pick it up? Can you pick it up?
Wait, canya is can you? Those 2 words just merge?
Completely. And do you becomes do or dia. Wanna eat becomes want eat. It all runs together like water.
Like the words don't want to stop for breath.
That's exactly it. And here's something, even the vowel linking. When a word ends in a vowel sound and the next starts with one, a smooth connector slides in. Go on gets a little W in the middle. Go on. Your mouth just puts it there automatically.
Nobody decides to do that. It just happens.
Language is kind of beautiful that way.
It really is. Okay, for everyone watching, try saying, I want to eat something slowly, then faster, then as one smooth wave. You'll land somewhere around, I want to eat something. That's real English. That's what you're aiming for. Okay, secret number 4. And this one, I think, is the reason so many learners feel like they're mishearing things, even when their listening is actually fine. Native speakers, especially Americans, do something very specific with the letter T.
The T in the middle of a word softens into almost a D sound, or sometimes it vanishes completely.
So, water, that middle T?
Waiter. Butter is butter. Better is better. Little is little.
Little? That sounds like a completely different word.
Completely normal, though. Nobody blinks at it.
I once asked someone to repeat the word bottle 3 times because I genuinely thought they were saying something else. They kept saying bottle, and I kept hearing a word I didn't recognize. And they looked at me like I was the strange one.
In that conversation, you technically were the outlier, which is such a strange thing to think about.
So strange. And then at the end of words, the T just gets swallowed. I don't want it. That final T barely exists. You just stop.
Like the word runs out of energy right at the end.
Yes, that's exactly how it feels. Okay, secret number 5. This is the one native speakers don't even realize they do. Now, secret 5. Words like him, her, his. The H at the beginning drops in fast speech, constantly.
I told him becomes I told him. Did you call her? Did you call her? That's his jacket. That's is jacket.
The H just leaves the chat.
Ghost mode. Completely gone.
And them becomes M. So you get these tiny sounds, im, m, that function as full pronouns in conversation. Tell him I'll be there. Give it to him.
And the T at the very end of words does the same, especially before a consonant. That night, the T of that barely registers. Last week. It just fades.
So between the T becoming a D in the middle of words, the T disappearing at the end, and the H going completely silent, there are sounds just silently exiting the language in real time.
And nobody files a missing persons report.
Okay, secret number 6. Hold on, because this one will genuinely surprise you. This is the one that confused me the most for the longest time. Sometimes when native speakers link certain words, a completely new sound appears, one that wasn't in either word. Daniel, demonstrate?
Sure. Did you becomes didya. Would you becomes woulda. Could you becomes coulda.
There's a J sound in there. Where is it coming from?
Haha, so when a D or T at the end of a word meets a Y sound at the start of the next word, the U in did you, they collide and produce a J or a Ch sound. The mouth takes a shortcut.
No. Say woulda slower for me. I want to hear where the J comes from.
Would, ya. The D at the end of would and the Y at the start of you, they crash together and come out as J.
Oh, I hear it. The D and the Y are just smashing into each other, and the J is the result.
Exactly. It's called palatalization, technically, but you don't need to remember that word.
Hard pass. But did you eat becomes did you eat, and would you mind becomes would you mind? And if someone said that to you on the street?
Total normal conversation, not even a second thought.
This is honestly one of the coolest things about spoken English, and I never once saw it in a classroom. Okay, secret number 7. This is the big one. This is where everything connects. So we've had 6 secrets: contractions, reductions, linking, T becoming D, H dropping, and the mystery J. And secret 7 is understanding what happens when all of them work together at the same time.
Which is every single conversation a native speaker has.
Let me show you what I mean. The formal version. I want to tell you that I should have called you back yesterday, but I did not have the time.
Natural fast English? I want to tell you I should have called you back yesterday, but I didn't have the time.
Hear that? Wanna, tell ya, shoulda, ya, didn't. All 6 secrets firing at once. And another one. Do you want to get something to eat, or are you going to stay home?
Do you want to get something to eat, or are you going to stay home?
Do you wanna? Something. Ya gonna. 3 words become one blur. 5 words become 3. And if someone said that to you,
You'd understand it in half a second, without even processing it.
this is what I mean when I say fast English sounds like a different language. The words are all there. They're just compressed.
Like a zip file.
Oh, wait, say that again?
Like a zip file on a computer. You take a bunch of files, compress them. All the information is still there. It's just packed into a smaller, faster format.
So fast English is compressed English. You haven't lost anything. It's all still inside the sound. You're just transmitting it at a higher speed.
And a fluent listener unzips it instantly. The more real English you consume, shows, podcasts, actual conversations, the faster your brain gets at unzipping.
So every time you watch something in English and feel confused, that's not failure. That's your brain in training. That's you building the software.
And at some point, it just runs automatically.
That might be the most comforting thing anyone has ever said to me about English, because I used to feel genuinely embarrassed when I didn't understand. I've been studying this for years. Why can't I follow a conversation? And the answer is, nobody installed the Unzip program.
And now you're installing it, in real time.
I love that. Okay, I remember the first time I deliberately tried to say gonna instead of going to. I felt so awkward, like I was doing something wrong.
That's incredibly common.
But I used it once in a real conversation and the person just responded normally. No one said, interesting word choice. It just worked.
The goal isn't to perform naturalness. It's to practice until it becomes automatic.
The awkward phase is mandatory.
There's genuinely no way around it.
So, how do you actually practice 7 things at once? Because knowing them is one thing. Using them is completely different.
Honestly, listen actively, not passively. When you watch a show, play detective. That was gonna. That T just turned into a D. That was didja. There's the J. Name what you hear.
And shadowing. For anyone who doesn't know, you listen to a native speaker and try to repeat exactly what they say, at the same speed, with the same sounds. It feels ridiculous at first.
But it trains your mouth to do things it doesn't naturally do yet.
Like a workout for your face.
Facial fitness.
And this is important. Go back to secrets 5 and 6 specifically. Did you eat? Would you mind? Say those out loud. In your room. Alone. Nobody's watching. Those are the ones that feel strangest to say, which means they need the most practice.
Talking to yourself isn't weird. It's phonetic training.
And pick just one secret to use this week. Secret 2. Gonna. Every time you'd say going to, say gonna. That's it. One thing. Small changes stacked over time. That's how fluency actually happens.
And don't be afraid to sound silly. No native speaker is judging you for trying. I promise.
Daniel, you are too kind for this world.
I just know how hard it is. A little grace goes a long way.
7 secrets. Contractions that textbooks skip. Reductions like gonna, wanna, gotta, dunno. Linking sounds that fuse words together. The T that softens into a D. The H that disappears entirely. The mystery J that crashes into existence. And the big one, all 6 working at the same time to create compressed, natural, real English. Fast English is not sloppy English. It never was. It's just English that's been running for a long time.
And you can run with it.
Before we go, a real challenge. Not just write a comment, an actual challenge. Say this out loud right now, wherever you are. Even if people look at you. I'm going to tell you something. I should have done this a long time ago. Say it fast. Let the sounds link. Don't stop to correct yourself. Let it flow. Then come down to the comments and write it out, the way it actually sounded when you said it. Not the textbook version, the real version. Gonna, shoulda, something. I want to see all of it down there. Because that one sentence said out loud is worth more than an hour of passive listening. That's the moment your mouth starts learning what your brain already knows. If this helped you, share it with one person who's learning English. you might just change how they hear the world. Daniel, thank you so much for being here.
This was great. And to everyone watching, you're doing better than you think. Keep going.
We'll have him back, I promise. All right, everyone. See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.